Giants, I like Neighbors, but I'm sleeping on that quarterback situation. Russell 2 poops a week. Wilson, he sucks.
I don't agree on the Jaguars at all. I've refused. I can't. I'm so tired of hearing about Trevor Lawrence. It's unbelievable. I'm over him.
He's a queef.
I can't believe Brad said that.
Non-throwing thumb, not expected to miss week 1. I'm not really worried about it.
What about him choking half the year, every year? Is that a problem?
Welcome in, beautiful people, to the hottest new sports podcast on the block, High Fiber Sports. Get your fiber in. We got Doug, we got Brad McDonald, I'm Matt Kobold, and we got a huge crystal ball preview episode for this NFL season. But Doug, I want to hear from you first, brother. Got some fresh internet out there, fresh Wi-Fi. Tell us about that.
Oh man. Well, you know what? Let's see how it goes. It's we're trying here, right? We're trying. I love technology.
We don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, so we're
Yeah.
just saying thumbs up at the moment. Yeah,
Yep.
until he gets on porn tonight, and then it blocks him for like the next 3 months because of the shit he was looking at. Well, obviously, Doug and I, we're excited, maybe a little anxious going into this football season. I've got hope. We've got health. Hopefully, some players will turn around for the 49ers. Obviously, we were made of good things. That's why we were 49ers fans as we were born. You became a Titans fan, and that team didn't exist until 1999. So were you fair weather, or did you just decide then? Or
1999, I was 7 years old, so that's about the time I started watching football. That's about the time I started watching.
I was afraid that was going to be a call-out for my own age on that one. That one kind of backfired.
Yeah, got your ass on that. Let's go Titans. Cam Ward, baby. Come on.
There's a reason why I'm bald.
Like I said, fellas, this is a crystal ball preview for the NFL season. We're going to be talking about some contract negotiations going on right now. Every offseason, these last few years, people are holding out. Guys still signed multiple years on their contracts, holding out. It's crazy. It's affecting fantasy teams. We're going to get into that. We got Super Bowl picks to make. We got sleeper teams to call out. But first, let's start with a little bit of MVP talk. Okay, you got, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Those guys are all going to be at the top of everybody's list. But we want to talk about the sleepers. We want to dig down there a little bit deeper. Put some money where your mouth is. Brad, we're going to throw it to you here first. Give me, you got a couple guys out there. Give me your guys for sleeper MVP.
I wanted to go slightly outside of the norm, but, a few are kind of obvious. Well, to me anyway, because when you're going sleeper, obvious ones are the ones you've named already. And you could say a few that could... I don't know. There's kind of a lot of quarterbacks that could have a sneaky good year. There's a lot of guys changing teams. And there's guys that have been consistently good where their team has improved. So, therefore, the best quarterback and the best team typically gets it. Yeah. But the ones that stuck out to me the most... Number one would be Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
I've been a Baker fan, even though I went to Iowa State, love Iowa State, whatever. I just like his moxie. I was rooting for him when he went to the Browns. I don't know why, just kind of the chip on the shoulder thing being, he's like a shorter guy, but he's got a rocket arm, and he's got a good attitude to him, and he's fought through all the shit that's happened to him, and he kept fighting. That shoulder was destroyed the last year he was on the Browns. Oof. They were just I couldn't believe they were throwing him out there. They should have pulled him for the season. And that showed a lot of grit, So I've been a fan, especially after that. So he's my number one. I get it. He lost his OC. But with the weapons they got there, I'm not worried about him. I'm not. Yeah. He keeps getting better as he's getting along in the NFL, so I don't think it's going to stop. So he's my number one. Number two, I would have to say Justin Herbert because of Jim Harbaugh. I know they're probably not going to pass the ball a ton, but everyone's known since when he was a freshman, he was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL. Freshman at Oregon. Everyone said this guy was the guy. And then he kind of dropped slightly, when he went to the Chargers. And then everyone saw him. It's just like, I don't know, his demeanor mixed with, like if you put him and Jim Harbaugh together, Superman. That's what that is. Like, I like the combination of those two guys. They're going to be able to run the hell out of the ball. It's going to make him look better. And they won 11 games last year. I bet they win more than that this year. And so he's going to be, you guarantee 4,000 yards plus, probably 30 plus touchdowns. I really think that because, that's just what Jim Harbaugh does. Year 2 is pretty explosive for him a lot of times. And then the third one is the best quarterback in the NFL, Brock Purdy. That no one talks about.
Yeah, I knew one of you would. I knew at least one of you would.
Right there. We talked about it. What was
Respect.
it? First 2 years in the NFL, most passing yards ever in the playoffs.
Respect.
Just Brock Purdy. No big deal.
Respect.
So I just think he reminds everyone after a down year where everyone was injured on the Niners that they paid him $50 million for a reason. Eat my ass.
A lot of money for Brock Purdy, for sure.
Oh, you watch him
I like that top 3 there, Brad. All good teams. Like you said, it's going to be a quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback that wins a lot of games. A lot of things have to go right for these guys. Doug, obviously Brock Purdy's on your list, but who else?
Well, I know everybody's picking Brock Purdy to win the MVP this year. I know it's everybody's
that wasn't
pick.
a sleeper, so yeah, good point.
Yeah, we probably should just leave him off the list. And I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are like, who is going to say C.J. Stroud? And because he's got his weapons back. He's coming off a sophomore slump. He's going to bounce back this year. I know you guys want me to say C.J. Stroud.
Okay. I did like that.
So what you guys want me to say? One of my pick, the one that I've liked for a while, is going to leapfrog Brad's number 1 pick, and I'm going to say Justin Herbert for the same reason. Jim Harbaugh can coach a quarterback. The reason why is I think so. When you look at this, you start looking at all these positions. MVP is a quarterback award, unfortunately. Like I'd love to sit here and look at guys in other positions, but it's a quarterback position. You if you don't take anybody but a quarterback, then you're just I don't know. Like it's a pointless conversation. So they have to win a lot of games and they have to be a quarterback. I'm going to say Justin Herbert. Reason number 1, Jim Harbaugh knows how to coach a quarterback. His confidence is going to be at an all-time high. That team has swagger right now. Their backfield is banged up, right? We got Najee with a firecracker to the eye. We got a rookie in the backfield. We got Hines back there. We don't know what's going on in the backfield.
Najee went for a jog today.
Well, blind people
Update on Najee.
People can jog too, Matt. Jesus. Quit being blindest or whatever.
Update on Najee for us.
So we got injuries in the backfield. They just signed Keenan Allen, who is gonna retire. They have McConkey, which is great, but I like Justin Herbert because he's going to be asked to do a lot for that football team, and I think they're going to win a lot of games. They're going to surpass their win total from last year, and I think they're going to do it because of Justin Herbert. And so Justin Herbert is my number 1 sleeper pick for MVP. It's within the realm of possibility. Number 1, he's down on the list quite a ways, but they're going to ask him to do a lot to win football games. And so for that reason, sorry, Brock. Sorry, CJ. I'm taking Justin Herbert.
I like that.
You
got more balls than me. I thought about it. I did.
I like it, Doug. The Chargers, they're a sexy team. I've been picking them for a couple of years now to overtake the Chiefs. Finally, we might be here. We might be on the doorstep finally.
Yeah.
Sleeper MVP for me over here, fellas. I'll give you a couple honorable mention here first. I'll throw Dak Prescott at you. Not a lot of people are thinking about him. 2 years ago, though, he was runner-up for MVP, over 4,500 yards, 36 tutties, led the NFL. He's back. He's healthy. CeeDee Lamb, Great combo there. I'll also throw Jared Goff at you. Not a sexy pick, guys. Not a sexy pick. Over 4,600 yards last year and 37 tutties. Jared Goff, they're going to win a lot of games. He's going to be in the discussion.
I could see it.
But my guy, my sleeper, I don't see Jared Goff being able to win MVP. I don't see Dak Prescott really being able to do it. This guy could take a leap here. Still only 26 years old. Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. Now, I know everybody's going to run at me and say, well, what about that thumb? Didn't he just tear a ligament in that thumb? Yes, he did. That's his non-throwing hand, though. Non-throwing thumb, not expected to miss week 1. I'm not really worried about it.
What about him choking half a year, every year? Was that a problem? Or does
QB 17 in fantasy last year, a little banged up from that week 1 injury. But he was QB 5 2 years ago, first year starting, QB 5. He had 32 passing tutties. That was second in the NFL. So
I only had one herniated disc 2 years ago. I miss those times. I disagree. And Jordan Love, everyone keeps saying this every year about Jordan Love. Like, Jordan Love, he's going to do it this year. He's going to do it this year. I know, but, like, he has his spurts, and then he's super inconsistent. Yes, his stats look almost identical to Rodgers in his first, 4 years in the NFL. I get it. I got to see it first.
Only been a starter for 2.
I get it, but why aren't you talking about Brock Purdy? Because his best 2 years aren't shit compared to Brock Purdy's best 2 years, bitch.
Jordan Love says he's going to run a little bit more. I'm not sure if he is or not, but I like his weapons too.
Championships.
Brock Purdy has already been spoken enough about Purdy tonight, okay? It's already been spoken enough about that queef, okay? He's both your sleepers. We're talking about Jordan Love right now. Josh Jacobs in the backfield, top 10, top 12 running back. I like that. He's got a bunch of receivers, a bunch of guys hurt. I like Tucker Kraft as the tight end. But I like Jordan Love. First-round pick, fellas. Still 26 years old. They could win the division. He's going as QB 16 in the 14th round on ESPN right now. That's a steal. I'm fine waiting that late. For Jordan Love. Anything else about the Packers hate over there, Brad?
Jake Locker went number 7 to the Titans.
That was an awful pick.
First-round quarterback, so they're good, right?
Awful.
Titans.
That's my Titans, though.
Reference. Check.
That's my Titans for you.
Nailed it. Pulled that one out of my ass.
King Henry up here. Let's have a little respect, all right?
I do love me some King Henry. I don't care what team that boy's on. I will watch him. He's so fun to watch.
Please.
He's a monster, dude.
Feed him. He's hungry.
The first couple of years, they didn't use him enough.
DeMarco Murray was in town.
No. Crazy.
But, it's training camp going on. Everybody's heating up. Contract negotiations. Some guys are getting paid. Some guys aren't. And it's been a reoccurring theme over these last couple off seasons. Guys holding out, but yet they still have years on their deal. Doug, throwing to you here, brother. Tell us about the guys holding out right now and the overall landscape of it.
Yeah, I guess, the two that stick out to me because of the timing, there's obviously, Micah Parsons has been in the headlines for sure with his deal, and I don't know, Jerry Jones is saying something about how he offered $200 million guarantee. I don't know, like he kind of threw that out there in an interview. I don't know if that's true or not. The two guys that, for the timing, we get to August or early August, late July, Jawan Jennings of the San Francisco 49ers and Cam Hayward. Cam all of a sudden is saying, well, I'm 22nd paid in the league, and, Jawan is coming off a great season due to injuries ahead of him, and so Brock had to kind of lean on him a little bit, and now all of a sudden he wants a new deal, but nothing was really spoken about, at least publicly, until recently, and I guess my issue is the timing of these deals. Now all of a sudden Jawan Jennings has a calf injury. It could be a calf injury. They keep asking Kyle, like, is it actually a calf injury or is it business related? And it's kind of always like a tongue-in-cheek answer. I don't really know how to take it, but now you have Cam saying that he's prepared to sit out if he doesn't get a new deal. Cam Hayward's 35 years old. 130 million plus in career earnings. I don't think that he's been disrespected. I mean, he's one of the best defensive players and has been for a very long time along that defensive line. So I guess my thing is, and you guys chime in on this, but I, as a fan, again, because we're talking as fans, I get frustrated when we get to early to mid-August and all of a sudden guys want to say, well, if I don't get paid more, I'm going to sit out. Like, bro, we're through OTAs, we're through camp, we're into practice now. We got when the teams combine and they practice together, play together. For these guys to kind of like pull this out, and I know we got some other guys on the graphic, so feel free to speak on these. But the two that I'm really kind of chapped about is Juwan and Cam. I don't like the timing. You got two football teams who were really relying on good vibes this year and trying to turn stuff around and kind of elevate their football team to the next level. And I don't. It's icky to me. It's sour, and I got an issue with it. I don't know what you guys think. Hit me with it.
I understand you have 1 year left on your deal and you're trying to protect yourself from injury. You're trying to get a little bit of insurance for yourself in case you go down in that final year. But damn it, this is the contract you signed. You signed this deal. You got to play it through. We see Scary Terry down here from the Washington Commanders, franchise record 13 tutties last year. He wants to get paid. I think Washington should give him some money. You know, a career guy there in DC.
For sure.
Give Scary Terry some money. We see James Cook signed last night, finally. I think 4 years, $48 million. So finally James Cook will be going ready for Buffalo. Brad, let us know about
James
Jennings.
Cook, by the way.
Say again, Doug.
I love James Cook. I thought
it was a solid signing.
Fantastic.
18 tutties last year.
He's an all-around. He's like a Christian McCaffrey type of guy. You know, you want that guy on your team. Last year kind of proved it. I mean, getting a little off topic, but last year kind of proved that the running backs are worth it again. The NFL is cyclical in what dominates and what doesn't. And if you got those guys that are hybrids that can do everything, you know, that's what the 49ers stake their claim on. A bunch of guys, including like Juszczyk and Kittle and like all these guys do multiple things. So the multiple athlete is the way to go. So all those guys are going to start getting paid more. But with these contract disputes, I mean, I hate to fall in line here, but yeah, I agree. Like, it's hard. With the NFL, it's hard. I agree and I don't. Because Jennings, he's for my team. And Hayward, 23rd paid, or 22nd, Doug, I forget what you said. I looked up as one of the two, 22, 23, somewhere in that range.
It's in the low 20, yeah.
Yeah, for interior linemen. And I was like, I get it, because you're not. You're all pro, you know. And apparently, the one thing that I did hear recently through multiple reports is that, like, they had some sort of discussion that they would revisit this if he got pro. And I don't know if that's real or not. So if it's them reneging on the word, that's one thing. But you did just sign the deal. Jennings, I get it. You undersold yourself. So you got to at least play the first year out. I don't know. So maybe next year you get pissed off. But right now, I think it's a little too early to be pissed off. I want to make a case for him, but 1 year later is too short. Yeah.
Doug, do you see any of these guys on the screen here? Do you see any of these guys holding out this season, not playing football?
I really don't. I mean, I don't.
You gonna piss away that much money?
Right. A whole year?
Yeah,
of your
I
career?
really don't. I mean, I could see Cam Hayward maybe just because he said he's ready to not play. He's in his mid-30s. He's made a ton of money.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's like he's kind of the one that's in position that he has the room to make a point. The other guys do not.
Well, maybe Hendrickson, like, it's the Bengals because they're cheap as fuck. I mean, as far as like him and Juwan, sure, but Hendrickson, it's like it's the Bengals being dipshits, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I saw something the other day. I don't know how true it is, but it was a great point brought up about Juwan Jennings, who again, I don't know, a few yards away from 1,000-yard season. He had a couple huge games that really were the bulk of his season, but he's always been great on third down since he's been in San Francisco. You just signed Brock Purdy to a giant deal. You just paid Kittle.
We had to get rid of Debo because of salary reasons.
Right, 100%. Fred Warner.
Yeah.
They've made all these sacrifices. I don't like after that whole line of signings that Jawan now. I know why.
Yeah.
I think Jawan is also in the mid-20s as far as wide receivers being paid, and where he wants to be, it puts him towards around like 10 or the top 10 or 15, and I just don't. Man, I think it was a circumstance thing last year. I'm not saying he's not great and he can't be. Brad and you and I have talked about this a lot. Yeah, do it again.
Do
100%.
it again.
Yeah. Just signed it last year. It was a 2-year deal, like you said, undersold.
Prove
it. What if it's because Brock Purdy is just the best thing that's ever been made by any human beings?
Put that jersey on. Take that jersey off the wall and put it on. Put that jersey on. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, we hope a lot of these situations get resolved, some fantasy aspects, and even the defensive linemen here with Parsons and Trey Hendrickson, that's going to affect the offensives in a good way, for fantasy. But hopefully we get some clearance on this soon. Let's talk about some teams here, fellas, some sleeper teams. You can pick the Ravens to win it all, the Bills to win it all, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions. You can pick those teams, that's fine. But let's dig a little bit deeper like we did for the sleeper MVPs. A surprise team, sorry. I called it sleeper. A surprise team is what I mean. Brad, throwing it to you here first. Give me a couple teams that sucked last year and could surprise us this year. I got a stat for us. I wasn't prepared for it. But since 2015, guys, there has been at least one team each season who drafted in the top 10 to go on to win their division or 12 games in the following season. So we see it every year. Yeah. Somebody suck, win 4, 5, 6 games. Next season they go on to win their division or 12 games. Brad, who's it going to be this year possibly?
All right, so again, kind of with my other sleepers, I want to go outside the norm a little bit because these are kind of a crapshoot. If everyone could guess the team that went from 4 wins to 12 wins every year, they'd be a millionaire off betting sports. But the three I went from rankings, I looked, and I won the bottom half teams, basically. So I didn't quite go losing teams last year, even though all of mine definitely lost a lot last year. I more went with the going into the season power rankings, who could be a surprise, And so my thoughts were one team is the Patriots, unfortunately. I did not want to say this one because I never want it to be true again, but I think they're really building something there. Off-season moves, working on the offensive line. They got Vrabel back to kind of instill the culture again. And what? Okay, I'm drawing a blank. North Carolina quarterback name.
Drake May.
Yeah. I think he's a stud. I mean, look at his brothers. Collegiate basketball players in North Carolina as well. I mean, you're 6'4", you got a rocket arm. The guy can run. He looked real good as a rookie. These quarterbacks coming out anymore are impressive. I liked a lot of their offseason moves, and I mean, you saw Trayvon Henderson return that kickoff, the first NFL play he had. I believe in the coach. I believe in the franchise in general and how they build. They did not a bunch of huge moves as far as financially with the free agents, but more than they normally do. So I think it was aggressive moves. They were heading in the right direction last year, and Vrabel, I think, is the one that kind of turns it around. The other two I had that I was thinking of, surprise-wise, would be the Giants is one of them.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know who's going to be able to get through that defensive line.
Yeah. Good
if
line.
Any quarterback is able to be serviceable on that team, I mean, one of the three, Wilson, Winston, or if Dart ends up panning out, which everything I saw, they said initially not so great, but recently pretty good. And I thought in his first preseason game he didn't look bad. I think they've made some some of the moves they made. Like I said, their defensive line right now. I mean, think about it. They've got Abdul Carter, Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy, Brian Burns, who they just traded for last year. They have 3 defensive ends that could be Pro Bowlers on any team. And so they're going to have to find it. Kind of reminds me of maybe like what the old Giants wide 9 shit that they used to do back in the day when they got back to Super Bowls with Eli Manning. Like, they could just throw a bunch of fast-ass defensive ends out there with Sexy Dexy in the middle and just see what happens. I don't think a lot of teams' offensive lines be quick enough to stop that. And any type of quarterback play, and Neighbors being one of the best young receivers in the NFL, maybe. And the last one would be the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence is what he's ever supposed to be, he got Brian Thomas Jr. last year, rookie
Big dog.
that got snubbed for the Pro Bowl somehow.
Big dog.
Yeah. Real great receiver. And if Hunter is anything what he's supposed to be, if he is great at receiver only, and you add him with Brian Thomas Jr., maybe with ETN, that's a good, combination they got going on there. I don't know.
Solid pick there. The Jaguars, they got some talent. They got some skill position players. Giants, I like Neighbors, but I'm sleeping on that quarterback situation. Russell 2 poops a week. Wilson, he sucks. He sucks. But Brad, I actually do have to agree with you with the New England Patriots. That's my number 1 team for the surprise pick here.
Yeah.
They went 4-13 last year, fellas. They have an 8.5 win projection right now. That division, you got the Buffalo Bills. That's the top. That's the cream of the crop there. Sure. But the Jets and the Dolphins, I'm not really worried about them. I think the Patriots can leapfrog those teams. You mentioned Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU, the number 4 pick to protect Drake May. Like you said, Brad, still young, 22 years old. He was the number 3 pick for a reason. I see a second-year leap coming from Drake May. You mentioned Diggs. The ACL last year, he's going to be a little slower coming back here, but he's still an alpha. He's still a big dog. Travion Henderson from Ohio State, second-round pick to pair with Ramondre Stevenson. That's a solid tandem. That's a solid tandem. Jets and Dolphins, like I said, I'm not too confident in. So the Patriots, I think, can leapfrog those 2 teams, possibly challenge for a wild card. My other team went 8-9 last season. They were knocking on the door. Arizona Cardinals, fellas. They're due. They're due for some positive regression. They're the only team over the last 8 years to win 8 games, lead their division in point differential, but still finish 3rd in the division. They're due. They're due.
I almost said the Cardinals myself. It's a good one. Yeah.
If Kyler can put down the controller, I like him. I like his legs.
That still thing.
Let's not forget, in 2020, he rushed for 819 yards and 11 tutties. You get that from your quarterback. That's a top 5 quarterback in fantasy. Marvin Harrison, he bulked up. People want to shit on Marv for that rookie season, but he's only one of 6 rookie wide receivers over the last decade with over 880 yards and 8 tutties. So it actually was a solid rookie season for Marv.
Yeah, I would have shit on him too because I'd have been fantasy and I drafted him early. I'm like, you ass. That was a waste.
T. McBee at tight end, Concrete Connor out of the backfield. I like those guys. The win total is at 8.5. I might be taking the over. I think the division's wide open. Seahawks, Rams. I'm nervous about the Rams with Matthew Stafford's back. And your 49ers, of course, should be the favorite. 49ers should be the favorite, but I think it's open. I think Arizona could sneak in there, boys.
It's not open.
Doug, what do you think about Brad's and my picks? And give us yours.
Good call on the Patriots. Your boy Vrabel.
We all there?
Threesome on the Pats?
Yeah. No, I'm not picking the Pats, but I'm saying I like the pick of the Pats. I think you got the hometown hero Mike Vrabel back. He can build a program.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe got done a little dirty in Tennessee. I saw he was kind of talking about that in an interview recently, which was kind of interesting. But good pick there.
Your franchise sucks.
I I do not. I don't agree on the Jaguars at all. I've refused. I can't. I'm so tired of hearing about Trevor Lawrence. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm over him.
He's a queef.
I can't believe Brad said that.
He's just so he just has such luscious locks, and I'm
Man,
jealous, and I just want him to
I'm
succeed.
so
Fair.
Because I thought if I had hair, I'd be more successful, and it turns out that's not it. It's not my hair.
Oh man. So no, I'm out on the Jaguars and the Giants. Hell no. I'm not taking the Giants. No. Dabble will be
I said
unemployed by the end of the
surprise.
year.
Oh yeah, you hate him.
You did say that before.
We're
You
out on,
did say
we're out
that.
on
I forget
Brian.
how much you hate
We're
him.
out on
I
Brian.
would've
Probably a
went
nice
harder.
guy, but I gotta talk smack at sports.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So I know what you guys want me to say. You want me to say, "Hey, Doug, new coach." You want me to say we got the hottest coordinator that everybody wanted on the sideline now. You want me to say you want me to say they have the former number 1 overall draft pick at quarterback. I know what you want me to say.
No, don't do it.
You want me
Don't
to
do
say
it.
the Chicago Bears.
No.
And
Yuck. Yuck.
I like their backfield.
Going to.
I'm not a huge believer in Caleb Williams yet, but I do love Ben
Yeah.
Johnson. And when I'm looking at teams, when we're talking about surprise teams and them kind of turning things around, I like where you guys came from as far as that's why I like the Patriots pick. I think Mike Vrabel, and it's the reason why I like the Chargers overall this year, and Justin Herbert is because of Jim. I really look at coaching because teams screw up coaching so much sometimes, a lot of times. But I love
Yes.
Ben Johnson. I have this. They have like this core, and from what I've been seeing, reading about Ben getting on the first team offense, like making them leave the field, like I like that kind of stuff out of a guy. Granted, he's unproven, never been a head coach, but everybody and he was very selective on who he would talk to. So I am looking for the Bears to take leaps. I don't think they're going to win the division by any means because it's so tough. It's so tough, but I do expect them to be pesky and increase their win total. I know, but that's what you guys wanted me to say. That's what you guys wanted me to say. What I'm going to say
Okay.
is I think, again, coaching, the core team that they have in place, the draft picks, I think the Raiders may take some steps this year. Pete Carroll, Brad, you and I, we share no fond feelings of Pete from his days in Seattle.
Come on.
But Pete Carroll coming in, I see great vibes from their camps, from their practices. This dude is in his 70s and he's just super energetic. He knows how to win. He's got Max Crosby. I'm not a big Geno guy, but Geno can sling it once in a while. So they've got a guy at quarterback who is familiar with Pete and how he runs his team. They have Janty in the backfield. I know his first preseason game was not great.
Yeah.
But
Big dog.
I just think, and I have no faith in the ownership, but
Well, look at his haircut. How could you? He's not a serious person. That is a child's doll that you put overalls on and you hug at night and go to bed. That's not a person.
yeah, I mean, there's so many things working against that team, and they are in a very tough division again. But I look for Oakland again to win some games that they probably shouldn't win, and maybe some games that we look at and be like, man, last year, the year before that, however long we've been alive, ever since, I don't know, Rich Gannon left town, they might win some games that they're not supposed to win. So I like to keep an eye on the Raiders to see what they can do this season.
All right.
I love the conversation. You guys throwing out some teams, even though I disagree with some, but the Bears and the Raiders, I'm looking at those two teams because of the head coaches that they brought in. So that's where I'm going.
Leans coaches. All right. All right. I
Solid
literally went with the craziest ones I could think of near the bottom of the list because I got dropped on my head a lot as a kid. So
Raiders and Bears, they got a lot of solid young talent, new coaches, like you said, but I don't see them being better than the basement in their division. Whereas like the Patriots and Cardinals, I think could win their division. Brad, you got any comments on the Raiders or Bears?
Uh, honestly, I can't decide on both teams because I can see what Doug's saying. I need to see something from Caleb Williams first. Like, there's been too many first overall picks that have been duds. So until he shows me anything, I'm not in yet. So I'm selling on the Bears till I see something. I do believe in the coach, so that's where I could be wrong because how many quarterbacks have been fucked over the first couple years by shit coaches, so I might eat my own words. But until I see it, I won't buy. Raiders, I'm kind of with you, Doug. I don't think Gino, he can hold a team together that exists, but I don't know if they got anything outside of Crosby. I do believe in Genty.
Bowers.
Bowers,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, maybe,
sexy.
500 maybe for that team would be a good year. Or well, obviously they can't have that anymore, but 8 and 9
Yeah.
I think would be
Yeah.
solid for them. Maybe they could be over 500. Pete Carroll, yeah. I mean, I believe in him, and they do got some pieces. I just don't think enough yet.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs
Like
could
I-
have a little bit of a down year. They're a little bit more gettable, in my opinion. Denver is still taking. I mean, a lot of people love Denver. I like Denver this year.
Oh,
You think Denver?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one I didn't pick them because it's more of a common.
Well, I actually have them written down.
They made
here,
the
Brad. I
playoffs
have them
last
written
year.
down.
Exactly.
But then,
Yeah.
like you said, I mean, a lot of people have them in their top 7 or 8 teams. So I didn't want to be.
Yeah, I got them in
But
top
I think
10.
I think
yeah,
they're
or
going to take a
something.
really big stride this year. But they're still
Yeah.
growing too as a team. But Sean Payton, again, I like my coaches. So Sean Payton knows how to win. That
Yeah.
defense is going to be disgusting this year. So yeah, it's going to
Absolutely.
be that
Yeah.
division's kind of weird. I don't know. I think things are going to kind of start
Yeah.
to flip flop
good.
a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
No, for sure.
Like I said, since 2015, there has been at least one team each season who drafted in the top 10 go on to win their division or 12 games the following season. It was Washington this past season, boys. Washington sucked. They had the number 2 pick. Jaden Daniels really turned it around. They won 12 games, went to the NFC Championship game, but nobody had them. So teams like
Hell
the
no.
Raiders, Bears, Patriots, teams that we threw out, no one's thinking about it, but it's going to be somebody. One of these guys are gonna go on to win their division or 12 games.
Whichever team Magic Johnson buys next. That's my guess.
Finishing up this week on High Fiber Sports quickly, some Super Bowl picks, fellas. I'm going to be quick here. My MVP, I don't know if we even threw out MVP picks, but my MVP is Lamar Jackson, Lamarvelous. I think the combination with Derrick Henry, I just love that. His weapons aren't the best. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews is slowing down. Rashad Bateman got paid a lot of money for some touchdowns. Weapons aren't the best, but I think it's Lamar's year. The Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl, taking down the Eagles. I'm not positive Saquon's going to stay healthy after that workload. We see guys every year with that kind of workload. They don't play. They don't play a full season the next year. But I still think the Eagles, with that defense, we want to talk about defense. With that defense, I think the Eagles represent the NFC, but they lose to the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Doug, give me your picks.
I know what you guys want me to say. And no, I don't have any for that this time. I like, and it feels so. I don't like saying my pick because it's kind of meh. But I think they've been knocking on the door for so long. They just signed their running back. I think Josh Allen, Cook. Last year I counted them out because I was like, dude, everybody left. Where'd everybody? You don't have anybody to throw the ball to. I mean, where'd everybody go? And he had one of his best years ever. And James Cook was awesome.
MVP?
I like the Bills. Again, the only thing they couldn't do, which you could say about the Ravens, they couldn't get past the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs are gettable this year, more gettable than they have been. I mean, still going to be, you can't count out Pat Mahomes, but again, I think everything's kind of good around this team right now. There's nothing like dramatic going on. I don't love that they're on Hard Knocks. They're on Hard Knocks, right? Are they a Hard Knock team?
Yeah, they are.
I don't like that. But I think the Bills finally kick it in this year. I don't know who they play on the I probably have to go with the Eagles. I don't see anybody in the NFC that like I love for a Super Bowl pick outside of my San Francisco 49ers. But I think the Bills get it done.
Brad, give us your picks there. I went Ravens, he went Bills, both AFC teams. You gonna throw the NFC team in there or stick with the AFC?
It's it's what I really love about the NFL is there actually is some substantial parity like the NBA has now too. Those two leagues are really killing it when it comes to that. And so I really do think there are probably 6 to 8 teams that have a shot. And I think there's probably going to be a couple that we don't really think of right now that are definitely going to have a shot.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask, like, if I were to bet, I'm kind of with Doug on the Bills. Honestly, that was going to be my pick. The other one, if I've got to go, I want to do an NFC team. I don't think Philly will repeat. It just doesn't happen often. Do I think they could? Sure. 49ers.
I love that.
Good.
Homer, bitch. We gonna win, no.
Yeah.
I was joking the whole time. 49ers. Yeah, absolutely. Number 1 favorite. Everyone should pick them. Duh. Easy question. What a stupid question. 49ers. Brock Purdy, MVP. 49ers, Super Bowl. Duh.
Give us MVP. Give us MVP pick there, Doug. Since Brad's going Brock Purdy, who you giving us?
The MVP. It's a quarterback award.
Put a bet in on that, Brad. That's got to be great odds right now.
Do you know how much I won on that 2 years ago? Thank you very much. I cashed out before Lamar Jackson came.
I got to cash out. Cash out, nice.
I'm a good investor.
You going Josh Allen to repeat? I think you're going Josh Allen to repeat.
He had a season last year that I just couldn't get enough of. Every week he showed up. He was running the ball. He was passing the ball. He was just doing. Again, he had Cook doing his thing, but Josh Allen really stepped up last year. I think he's kind of. I just have this weird feeling that he's going to take them further than they've gone before. So I got Josh Allen, and I know it's such a pick that's like, oh,
nice.
Josh Allen again, whatever. But I like he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's at the top of his game right now, man. I mean, I guess
like
if not Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow. That's my second pick.
Okay. I like it. All right, boys, that's going to do us this week for High Fiber Sports, the NFL Crystal Ball episode, giving you a few picks, a few predictions, a few teams and players to stick our flag on. But you know what, Brad? I got home from work today, and I see a little something sticking in the door. It looks like an envelope, and it came in the mail today.
Oh, finally!
The fresh stickers.
Damn.
Doug, did you get any stickers in the mail, and what do you have for the people before we get out of here
right
tonight?
here, homie.
Oh yeah, we always
Got him in the chamber. Got him in the
mine
chamber.
back in April. I don't know where yours have been, but no.
Back in April? Jeez, Brad.
No.
Got mine today.
I told you it's supposed Iowa to Iowa, bro. That's not my fault.
No, boys, I love this. I love these conversations. That means football is right around the corner, and I'm stoked. Just got the notification the other day that my Sunday ticket subscription is back on, and that means it's super close. So we're real close, boys, and I love to talk tonight.
I'm jealous of that ticket there, Doug. I'm jealous of the ticket. I haven't got to that point yet.
It's the only way I can watch the boys. It's the only way. Otherwise,
it really is
tough.
Yeah. But please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. High Fiber Sports. We appreciate everybody coming out. Any amount of time that you spend on us. We're going to be getting into some divisional preview episodes next week, leading up to the NFL season. We're going to have guys coming on representing teams that we know that we know nothing about, that they got the inside scoop for us. I can't wait for those divisional episodes. Brad, get us out of here. Take us home. High Fiber Sports, baby.
Oh, boys, I'm just excited, honestly, to take a few months off of my Blue Chew subscription instead of snorting it every day to get an erection because football season's here and I'll always have one for the next 3.5 to 4.5 months.
Just for the
Whoa.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over my ass.
Whoa. Was the mic down there?
Something was down. Fiber on this chair is down. We are guys. We are not above anything.